Guys, this is me, Iris. So you see me on the white screen. Well, before anything else, I would just like to thank Ma'am G. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this video to compensate for my part as a reporter. Yeah. So first off, let us differentiate anxiety from fear. As we all know that both of these terms can overlap at times, but there is a difference between the two. First, anxiety is the anticipation of a major threat or a future threat, while fear is the immediate response to the imposing threat in front of you.
Anticipation. Immediate.
Later on in our discussion, we are going to talk about one by one the specific disorders classified under anxiety disorder. Okay?
Go, go, go.
The individual with separation anxiety disorder is fearful or anxious about separation from attachment figures to a degree that is developmentally inappropriate.
O siya, ako lalakad muna ha. Bakit ka man mag-iyak? Magpunta naman ako dyan sa tindahan. Magbili naman ako.
Hindi na normal ang sipangs mo. In criterion A, developmentally inappropriate and excessive fear or anxiety concerning separation from those to whom the individual is attached, as evidenced by at least 3 of the following. First, recurrent excessive distress when anticipating or experiencing separation from home or from major attachment figures. Second, persistent and excessive worry about losing major attachment figures or about possible harm to them, such as illness, injury, disasters, or death. Third, persistent and excessive worry about experiencing an untoward event, example given, getting lost, being kidnapped, having an accident, becoming ill, that causes separation from a major attachment figure. Fourth, persistent reluctance or refusal to go out, away from home, to school, to work, or elsewhere because of fear of separation. Fifth, persistent and excessive fear of or reluctance about being alone or without major attachment figures at home or in other settings. Sixth, persistent reluctance or refusal to sleep away from home or to go to sleep without being near a major attachment figure. Seventh, repeated nightmares involving the theme of separation. Eighth, repeated complaints of physical symptoms, example given, headaches, stomach aches, nausea, and vomiting, when separation from major attachment figures occurs or is anticipated. Criterion B. The fear, anxiety, or avoidance is persistent, lasting at least 4 weeks in children and adolescents, and typically 6 months or more in adults. Criterion C. The disturbance causes clinically significant distress or impairment in social, academic, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. D. The disturbance is not better explained by another mental disorder such as refusing to leave home because of excessive resistance to change in autism spectrum disorder, delusions or hallucinations concerning separation in psychotic disorders, refusal to go outside without a trusted companion in agoraphobia, worries about ill health or other harm befalling significant others in generalized anxiety disorder, or concerns about having an illness in illness anxiety disorder.
Ayan, oo. So, kung pasok kayo sa lahat ng criteria na sinabi, may simangs disorder ka na. Uy, may bago tayong classmate, oh. Hi, ako nga pala si Ann. Ay, bakit ayaw mo magsalita? Alam mo, Mami, may pumunta sa akin na isang babae tapos inas niya yung name ko. Pero ayaw ko magsalita kasi wala lang, ayaw ko lang. Tapos, yun lang. Hindi lang ako nag-say ng name ko.
Ay, nakuha. Naghag na lang anak. Selective mutism is a consistent failure to speak in social situations in which there is an expectation to speak. Example, the school. Syempre, you are really expected to recite, to participate, and to answer questions of the teachers. This disturbance is often marked by high social anxiety. So, in children, mostly, they refuse to speak in school and with their classmates kasi nga they have a high social anxiety. And sometimes nga, children would opt to speak to immediate family only, like mother, father, kuya, ate, but with the grandparents, cousins, and other second-degree relatives, they would refuse to speak to them. Diagnostic criteria for selective mutism. A. Consistent failure to speak in specific social situations in which there is an expectation for speaking, despite speaking in other situations. B. The disturbance interferes with educational or occupational achievement or with social communication. C. The duration of the disturbance is at least 1 month.
Ayan, oo. So, kung pasok kayo sa lahat ng criteria na sinabi, selective mutism na nga yan.
Criteria for specific phobia. A. Marked fear or anxiety about a specific object or situation. B. The phobic object or situation almost always provokes immediate fear or anxiety. C. The phobic object or situation is actively C. The phobic object or situation is actively avoided or endured with intense fear or anxiety. D. The fear or anxiety is out of proportion to the actual danger posed by the specific object or situation and to the social-cultural context. E. The fear, anxiety, or avoidance is persistent, typically lasting for 6 months or more. F. The fear, anxiety, or avoidance causes clinically significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. G. The disturbance is not better explained by symptoms of another mental disorder, including fear, anxiety, and avoidance of situations associated with panic-like symptoms or other incapacitating symptoms, as in. So if you refer to your book, you're going to see a lot of codes which refers to specific phobias like phobia of animals, natural environment, blood injection or injury, situational or other phobias. So basically, these specific phobias have the same diagnostic criteria which you could consider to diagnose a patient having this type of phobia. Okay, class. Let me ask Iris, what is your stand on the RH bill? Criteria for social anxiety disorder or social phobia. A. Marked fear or anxiety about one or more social situations in which the individual is exposed to possible scrutiny by others. B. The individual fears that he or she will act in a way or show anxiety symptoms that will be negatively evaluated. C. The social situations almost always provoke fear or anxiety. D. The social situations are avoided or endured with intense fear or anxiety. E. The fear or anxiety is out of proportion to the actual threat posed by the social situation and to the social cultural context. F. The fear, anxiety, or avoidance is persistent, typically lasting for 6 months or more. G. The fear, anxiety, or avoidance causes clinically significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. H. The fear, anxiety, or avoidance is not attributable to the physiological effects of a substance or another medical condition. I. The fear, anxiety, or avoidance is not better explained by the symptoms of another mental disorder such as panic disorder, body dysmorphic disorder, or autism spectrum disorder. J. If another medical condition is present, the fear, anxiety, or avoidance is clearly unrelated or is excessive.
Kung ang separation anxiety ay sepangs, ano naman ang social anxiety disorder? Sokangs?
Well, later on, after we have reported everything, so we are going to give you case studies to practice upon so that you will know how to code, how to analyze the case studies, and how to really diagnose if this person or this patient really has the anxiety disorder. So, any questions? What was your favorite part of the movie?
Tiptoe through the window, or the window.
I liked it.